Hello and welcome to my podcast, Just Show Up with Janine. I am your host, Janine Youngworth, and I am so grateful that you are here with me today. In today's episode, I am currently sitting outside. The leaves are rustling in the wind. The sun is on my face. It's just been an interesting summer. Haven't had a lot of sun. We've had a big renovation happening, and the weather's just been, we can't do anything about the weather, but maybe not cooperative with what I'd like for a summertime. And so anyway, I decided I would just sit out here and take in some vitamin D, and it feels so good. That's how I know I'm really depleted. This is usually how I feel in the spring, and we're late summer already. Anyway, all of that said, I wanted to just speak to awareness and what are you doing to build your muscles of awareness, and what are you doing to connect to source? It's just been a really busy time for me, and I feel like I'm in a place of pivoting. I'm working on bringing my How to Find Your Purpose book out, and just realizing that a lot of people are so disconnected from their awareness. And I believe that that's all by design. And ultimately, we are in a spiritual war, whether you're aware of it or not. There's a collective consciousness right now of this darkness. And many of us are here to break cycles, break ancestral lineage of limitation, poverty, maybe relationship issues, like whatever it may be, whatever you have maybe going on as a continual pattern in your life, you might be here to break that. And I'm going to say that probably 95% of you who are here listening to this podcast, maybe even 99.9% of you, are here to break those cycles, believe it or not. And what happens is you set the future generations free. And it's like, well, why did I sign up for that? Or why is it me? Or why do I have to be the one? But we actually chose to be here at this time. And as challenging as this time is in the world right now, and where everything just seems upside down and everything's the opposite of what it appears to be, and just so much, it feels like chaos. We actually chose to be here as these infinite beings for this exciting time. And what's exciting about it is it's the Great Awakening, and we're learning all the areas and ways we've been suppressed and kept from the power and potency that's within us. And so, that's what I am here to be and do, even through this podcast, through my teachings, through connecting with my clients, is to really awaken that power and potency within you and connect you to it. And so I've been kind of in continual question around, what is my purpose right now? And how I'm kind of breaking it down, and I do explain it in the book, is that, what if you have a purpose each day? Like Monday might have a different purpose than Tuesday, and Tuesday might have a different purpose than Wednesday, and so on. And so what if there's not just this one purpose that you are here for, but many purposes? It might be just going to the grocery store and smiling at someone who's decided that they don't matter and no one sees them, and they're going to end their life that day. But then you see them and it completely changes everything for them. Like, don't underestimate the power of, your energy, your frequency, your light, your knowledge, your wisdom. And we have knowledge and wisdom from many, 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 many lifetimes, not just this lifetime. And I just feel like that is knowledge and information that's been hidden and secret and kept from us. And I'm here to awaken you and to maybe poke at elements of truth that, maybe you didn't even know were available until you listened to this podcast. So, we all have a knowing inside of us, and I'm choosing to really step into it. And it's funny because I had sent a text message to my daughter this morning and hadn't gotten a response. And of course, she's at work. So that's not unusual. But I picked up my phone and it just popped into my head. I'm like, oh, I wonder if she's going to respond to my message, because I think it had been a few hours. And I thought, oh, she is. That's what I just picked up just now. And sure enough, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds later, there she is responding to my message. Like, are you willing to be that aware? Are you willing to have that intense knowing? Now, here's another example of the knowing that is available to us that even blew my mind. So you may or may not be aware that you can get information in your dreams. Like, that is actually a really great place. And maybe that's a podcast for another time. In that, in your dreams, if you're willing to receive the information in your dreams, it can be super powerful. So I have this dream, and it was, I was in this big bed with a bunch of people. Like, it was bigger than a king size bed. And it was so weird because I'm just in bed with all these people. And, right beside me was at the time my business partner and friend. And then I had a gal next to me who I knew was Steven Tyler from Aerosmith's daughter, but it wasn't Liv Tyler. And I was like, does he have another daughter? And in the dream, I was like, well, he must, because this is her. And it was just such intense knowing. I was just like, wow, I didn't even know that. This dream was just like, I was in the knowing. And then beside her was this man who had like the most amazing energy. And I want to say it was like all encompassing. I can't even explain it in words because it just doesn't do it justice. But it was loving. It was somewhat sexual, but it was like, and I think even sexual energy, like, is about creativity. Like, he was so in tune with his frequency, and it made me start to cry. And he reached over and he touched me, and it was electric. And he said, why are you crying? And I said, because I don't want to be famous. And in the dream, I'm like, oh my God, I have a fear of being famous. Like, what is this? I was like, oh my God, I have a fear of being famous. And I was just crying from the depths of me. And I was so embarrassed because there's way more people in the bed. I don't know who they were. It didn't matter. But I was so embarrassed because I'm like, why am I crying? Like, I was sobbing, like it was from the depths of my soul. And I knew I was releasing this fear of being famous, and that I didn't even know that I had. And so he's like, I love being famous. And he flies out of bed and he puts in these words. Now, this dream happened probably, I'm going to say, over 15 years ago. Okay. So way before any of the AI stuff that we're experiencing right now. And he put in these words into his laptop, and it turned it into a song, which now I'm realizing is what AI can do. So even there, I was like ahead of my time, and everyone oohed and awed over this song that he played and had written for me. It was his words. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes into the room, and I knew he was the drummer from Aerosmith. So turns out this guy was the guitarist for Aerosmith, okay? The one that touched me and the one that put in the words for the music. And so then, the drummer comes in, and I see him, and I just knew he was the drummer. In my head, I'm like, how do I know this? Like, I don't know the band Aerosmith from a hole in the ground. They could walk by me. Other than Steven Tyler, who everybody knows, I wouldn't have a clue who the band members of Aerosmith were. And yet I was seeing them in my dream. And then the keyboardist came in, and like, they're all like trying to encourage me and just like let me know, like, cause I was like, but I don't want to like go to the grocery store and everybody knows me. Like, I like my private life and all these things. And they were just like, oh, you need to get over it. It's not that big a deal and all these things. And that was kind of essentially the dream. And so when I woke up, I'm like, what on earth? I went straight to my computer. I'm like, I gotta look up the band. Like, it was like I couldn't believe that I had that much knowing. And sure enough, and also the guitarist like had really big hands. Like, when he touched me, like, I was like, noticed his hands were quite large. So I had to try to find an image online. I was Googling then. I don't even use Google anymore. Anyway, I searched him up, and I had to try to find an image of his hand. And yeah, he did have big hands. And yes, that was him. That was who I saw in my dream. And then the drummer, spinning image, exactly like that. And I just had this knowing, the keyboardist, all of it. Why was Steven Tyler not in the dream? Maybe because I didn't need to know. Like, I just knew it was Aerosmith, and I already knew who Steven Tyler was, and so I already had that piece. I guess my dream didn't need to show me. So, what is it that we are disconnected from that would just give us all the knowing and the knowledge and the wisdom? So, and then there's the element of fear. Like, I think people are afraid to know the truth. And we just had company this weekend, and it's just where people are at. There's no right and there's no wrong. Like, no judgment here. It's just an awareness of where people are functioning from. And even some of the conversations we had around Trump in the United States, and like everyone's Trump, 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 Trump. And I think that's just a distraction. Because why are we not looking at our own country and what's being done here? Like, there is so much corruption going on in this country that people just don't want to see. They think everything is good. And because Canada's always been good, right? People don't want to see that there could be corruption going on, and that the country is, it is being corrupted, and it's good and good and good. And slowly, bit by bit by bit by bit, you take a chain link out. All of a sudden, say you have a chain around your neck, but you take one link out every day, you don't really notice it, but then all of a sudden when there's no more links left, you're like, how did I get here? That's what's happening in this country. And whether you're aware of it or not, and you're like, what is she talking about? It's okay. But are you willing to see the truth? Are you willing to stand in it, to own your awareness, to listen to your awareness, to listen to your guidance? Because it's like moving through life with the lights on versus having the lights off. And I'm going to tell you, when you're going through something that if you're in a building that you've never been in before, it's way easier to go through that building with the lights on as opposed to the lights off. And this is life. We don't know what the future holds or what it's bringing to us. But wouldn't you love to have your awareness so that when you have to make a choice, you have total clarity instead of feeling like you're in a fog and going, I don't know what to choose. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, so many people are walking around like that. They just get up like zombies every day. They go to work, come home, repeat the next day, same thing over and over and over and over again. And they're so unfulfilled. And, there are some people who that is their purpose here. I'm not going to say there's a right or wrong. But if you're here listening to this, I know that you have a deeper purpose because you wouldn't have been drawn to listen to this. On some level, some part of your soul drew you here today. Another example I'm going to give you of today, and just, I don't know, I just feel really super in tune, is that I just felt drawn. So there's a weekly, on Mondays, call with a group of ladies. And there's one lady that heads it up. She's out of Montana. And I've been on the calls a few times, and they've been good. But then I forgot. Like, Mondays are busy sometimes for me because I've had a busy weekend. I'm just exhausted and trying to, get organized for the week and whatever. But this morning I was up early. I cleaned up from having our guests, vacuumed and mopped the floor and, cleaned things up, put things away. And then I had another business call that we have every Monday, went on that call, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I went on Facebook, and again, like, the universe will give you synchronistic things. I went on Facebook to check a couple of messages that I needed to follow up on. And in one of the messenger groups was this, and I was like, oh yeah, the call's on Monday. You know what? I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 20 minutes to, like, in 20 minutes, the call's on. I'm going to hop on. I just feel like I need to go on there. And from there, I got some clarity around a project that I want to do and some coaching I want to do. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work with this. I'm going to run with this. Like, I've been asking for some clarity over the last 5 days, just asking for clarity and what do I need to be focused on right now, and what is my purpose right now. And this showed up, and she spoke the words to me too. She said, then that's what you are meant to do, because she asked each one of us, what do you need to ask for more of? And I thought, I need to ask people if they want more of my coaching. That's what I need to ask for more of. And I need to share what I do, because there's people out there that don't know where they're going to get help from. They just know they need help. They need to do something, but they're so lost and don't know which way to turn. And I have the ability to simplify it for them and provide those steps for them. And get them from where they are right now, feeling hopeless, to where they need to be and actually getting results. Like, it's transformational. So that is kind of the episode that I just wanted to share with you today. And, where do you fit in all of this? And are you willing to have greater awareness? Are you willing to work on that? So I want you to think about those things. And just remember that if something isn't working for you in your life, you can absolutely change it. So you are the creator of your life. That's all I'm going to say. And every single choice that you make creates something. So what do you choose? What do you choose today? And are you willing to ask? Because ask and ye shall receive. Ask for clarity. Ask for more ease. Ask for more joy. Ask for clarity in your purpose. And just see what shows up. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.